Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity with me, Bring It On.
Sure.
Welcome to the Goose and Fox. The Stelgare's pelt is thick with dust and moths. The plaque below the beast reads, Maiden Falls 2682.
Steady does it.
Shh. Welcome to the Goose and Fox. That miserable bastard. The dragon is outlined in charcoal pencil. The thick jagged lines and the faint smell of sulfur suggest that the artist completed the sketch in a hurry. Cliff Dragon, White March, 2685. A Dorfin and Orland debate philosophy on the other side of the curtain. Yeah, I'm sure that's what they're doing. Oh, it's a table. Never mind. That's right, this is in the brothel area. The painting depicts Glenfathan ruins, and the canvas bears the rough brushstrokes of a talented amateur. Ibril's Well, or Ibril's Well, 2665.
Yes?
Ready, Watcher. Got it. I've got this.
How mad? I'll see what I can do. The work of a moment.
Okay, Bartender's Ring, plus 20% damage against Spirit, plus 20% damage against Vessel, plus 5 Will. The simple wooden ring is orange and gray, and it glows when you're not wearing it. The ring's actual history is more speculation than fact. All sources agree that it was owned by Errol of Levi, and that he acquired it after a period of exile. Stories differ in the particulars of how he got it. Some say it was a gift from one of the gods, and others say it was the boon of a pact he made with a wicked power. Good news is... we're going to equip a Dare to be specialized against spirits since he has Whispers of Wenwood. Or sorry, Yenwood.
Yeah.
Shh. So we'll leave that with him for now. Alright, let's speak to Kaenra first and then Bishop. Woman sits by herself, spinning something on the table in front of her and watching it with furious intensity. It's about the size of a coin. It wobbles over a crack in the wood with a metallic rattle. She snatches it up with one hand and slams a half-empty cup down on the table with the other. This is not a good time. What are you doing here? She takes a long drink from her glass. Just trying to calm down. Trying to talk myself out of something foolish. Something foolish. She says nothing for a few moments, as if hoping you'll leave. At last, Kaenra looks up at you, and lamplight falls across her face. A purpling bruise is blossoming along her cheekbone. There's something I need to give to my fiancé, Pernisk. Well, he doesn't seem to go anywhere without his new friends, and they're not exactly pleasant company. Who hit you? She shakes her head. I know how this looks, but you don't understand. It's not like Pernisk. It's these new friends of his. They brought out the worst in him. Tell me about these new friends. They come into our house with their dead eyes and their black teeth. I'm not a fool. I know what it means. Pernisk makes me leave when they show up, but it's obvious what they come to do. Last time they came, I told them to get out. Let them have their fun somewhere in the gift, but not under my roof. She scowls and then winces, her fingertips gently probing her bruise. Zvev changes you, I guess. The Pernisk I knew wouldn't have squashed a spider. I never thought he'd... She trails off, still feeling the swollen, discolored flesh. I thought Zvev just made people lay around not doing much. Kaenra shrugs. I don't really know. Seemed better than believing he's always been this way. Maybe I could go talk to him. Her hand rests on the table. She clenches it into a white-knuckled fist. There's nothing more to say to him. We're finished. I just want to give this back to him and have a clean break. She opens her hand, and a ring clatters onto the table. It was his grandmother's. Even after this, I'll have the heart to sell it off. But if I go back there myself, I know what'll happen. I'll lose my temper, and I'll probably wind up with another one of these. She points to her bruise. I'll take this ring to Pernisk then. She looks at you and nods. The house is just north of here. Just, please don't hurt him. As furious as I am, I don't want that on my conscience. Kaenra looks up as you approach. Or looks up at you as you approach. But what happened with Pernisk? Did you give him the ring? Not yet. I'll be back. Alright, speak to Bishop.
Hail, traveler.
The man behind the bar is nearly the size of a moa. A handle protrudes from his back, and his face is set in a stoic frown. He gives you a small nod. Here for a drink? There's a tiny pewter cup in front of him. He turns it one broad hand, but doesn't drink from it. Do you know anything about a March steel dagger? He raises his eyebrows. Haven't seen anything like that cross my bar, that's for sure. He thumps a smooth wood countertop. I wouldn't wager against someone here having a blade like that. Check upstairs. Saw a group head that way not long ago, carrying plenty of steel. Could I get a room? I'll show you what I've got. It actually costs money to stay in the common room. Get the Suite of Worldly Wonders. The +1 to intellect, because we see a lot of intellect dialogue options. Since we're speaking to a lot of people in the city, I think it's a good investment.
Greetings.
I'll order some refreshments. Have anything worth... Oh, Yellow Lab. Let's grab that.
Greetings.
Tell me about yourself. Name's Bishop. Used to be a scholar of Barith. Now run the Goose and Fox and keep the regulars in line. He shifts. You see a warhammer strapped to his back. What more is there to tell? How do you get from religion to taverns? The journey isn't as long as you'd think. It started with Hollowborn, and with this. He takes a black bottle from under the bar and fills the pewter cup. It was my sister's son. He takes a drink. At the beginning of Widewind's legacy, he was one of the first. I never expected there would be so many after him. Tragedy is part of the cycle, but it's followed by rebirth. Yet every year, more parents were grieving for their Hollowborn children, and the gods were silent. So you lost your faith. He leans forward, crossing his arms on the bar. Barith promises rebirth, cycles. But the only cycle I've found was this one. He taps the bar. Have a drink. Have another. And another until I couldn't remember how I got home. Wake up. Come back. I finally woke up one day to see my family had packed up and left. For all I know, they left days before and I just hadn't noticed. But they were gone, so I came here. I've cleaned up since then. Not that I found my answers. He tosses the cup back. I've just stopped asking questions. This is a lively place. It was founded in the early days of Deerwooden independence by a traveling scholar named Arrow of Levi. He wanted a place where kith of all backgrounds could gather and hash out the issues facing their new country. He rests his elbows on the polished wood of the bar. It didn't take long for the place to fill up. Brackenbury aristocrats argued with dock workers from the Gift, while soldiers wrangled with politicians. Deerwoodens have never been known to turn down an argument. He takes a sip from the tiny cup. What happened next? Soon, kith were coming from the farms and settlements too. He waves at the door, as if expecting a crowd to bustle in. This place got even more popular with the Valian sailors than the Salty Mast. And that was the problem. He drains his cup. No matter what people say about fair-mindedness and civil debate, there's only so much people will tolerate. Errol found himself on the wrong side of an argument with the wrong Thane. When he disappeared a few days later, some said it was the work of that Thane. He shrugs, spreading his hands over the bar as he surveys the room. The arrow knew which way the wind was blowing. If you ask me, he skipped town, hid out somewhere, hoping for rational minds to prevail in Defiance Bay. He cracks a wry grin. If only he could see it now. Alright, goodbye. Let's head upstairs and look for some steel. Maybe loot this stuff back here as well. Arrow of Levi looks on enigmatically from the canvas. Oh, making out those words. Alright.
Ready, Watcher. I'm on the trail.
That's not worth stealing.
Yeah.
Maybe one day, but not today. Old Valia, Southern Coast, circa 2670 AI.
Yes? I'll have it in no time. The work of a moment.
Ready, Watcher. I'm on the trail.
Nice and quiet. Yes? I'll have it in no time. The work of a moment.
Yeah.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
The pages of these old books are crisp and fragrant with the salt of a sea breeze. The most unfortunate tale of Favia and Bernat, a Valian tragedy. Scene. Laia watches Bernat approach Favia's tree, looking for a human form. Laia. Behold, now comes the fun, that for which I have waited. His love is forfeit, her life is forfeit, and all I have worked toward shall be fulfilled. He says he knows his love. He says no force in the world could keep him from her. But what chance has force against guile? Never will he find his love, for she is no longer his love. The spell cannot be undone except by her death, and by then he'll be too late. But wait, he has seen her. Laia steps back to observe. Favia, pray mortal, why have you come here? These woods are not for your kind. The affairs of men have no place at this tree. Leave. Leave ere your welcome lapses. Bernat, foul creature, where is my love? What have you done with her? Always this has been the station for our encounters. Never before have I seen you. Where is my love? Answer. Answer ere my patience lapses. Favia. Fool. This is my land and this is my tree. Your presence never before has been felt. Again I say to you, leave. My generosity will not be extended a third time. Laia steps forward again. Laia. Talk. Discussion. I know the way to hurry the conclusion of this tale. Laia takes a breath and extends her throat as if she's yelling. A scream comes from the copse of trees, where the Pigra stands. Bernat. My love. Bernat steps forward, brandishing his sword. Prepare yourself, wretch. For not even death can stand between me and my love. I will have her from you, or you will meet your end. Bernat moves toward Favia, who closes to fight. They fight. During the fight... So redundant. Bernat is grievously injured as he delivers the killing blow to Favia. She falls to the ground, and as she dies, the spell on her breaks, transforming her back into her Delemgan form. Favia. Bernat. Bernat. My Bernat. My love. What have you done to me? What was it I said? What was it I did? Has our love soured in your heart? Bernat. Favia. My love. My life. What foul sorcery has befallen you? Have you come to be laid low by my hand? Fie. Fie to the gods for such treachery. Fie to all who stood in our way. Favia. Fear not, my beloved, for now we are together, and together we'll always will be. I thought this should be we, Together we always will be. I guess you could say it this way, it reads a little weird. Nothing can keep us apart. But lo, why is it suddenly so dark? Where has the sun gone? Where are you? I cannot see you. I will find you. I will... Fabia dies. Bernat. A curse upon the fiend who has betrayed me. Hold love in your hand and have it wrenched away. Bernat winces and puts his hand in his shirt. It comes out covered in blood. What luck? What chance? Tragedy may yet turn to fortune. Fabia, my love, soon I will rest in your arms. We'll lie together again, as one and forever shall we be side by side. I go now to meet my love. Berith, I accept your cold embrace. I welcome your company. I beg your mercy. Bernat lies down next to Fabia's body. I am ready. Bernat dies. Laya steps out from her hiding spot and runs to Bernat's body. Laya. Bernat, you fool, you wretch. How can you leave me? I am alone. I am forgotten. I am cast out. Without your love, how can I continue? Life holds no thrall without your visage upon which I may gaze. What shall I do? But here, my salvation, my answer. Laya picks up Bernat's sword. His blade, his weapon. I shall be impaled upon him, and he shall cut through me. I shall not be denied my love. I will not be denied my love. You will be mine, not in this life, then in the next. Laya impales herself on the sword. I come for you, my love, my Bernat. Wait for me, and I will find you. We shall love forever. Laya dies.
I'll take a look.
How tragic. Oh, that's right. Let's get our puppy pal out.
I'll see what I can do. The work of a moment.
Ready, Watcher.
Huh?
I'm here. I'm on the trail.
I was going to speak to Hurdy, Dreadshot, Daiden, Ilfa, Key, Two-Tone, Weaksel. Scattered among such titles as Floor of the Living Lands, Unity and Disunity, A History of the Deadfire Archipelago, and treatises on the Hochland people, are half a dozen travel journals held together with twine. Daiden is busy filing a spur off a small round bullet. Ilfa nods at you, a pint in one hand and a mace slung over her shoulder. The older woman nods at you, a cup of wine in hand and a scepter across her lap.
Welcome.
Alright, this is who I need to talk to. The older man relaxes with his feet propped on the table. Patches of dark brown skin peek out from under a full mane of blue-green hair. He and the Orland woman with him exchange laughs and comments with the trio at a nearby table, and he spins a dagger in his hand. His hazel eyes watch you. You look like you've seen a night or two in the wilds. Joining us for a drink. Now, who are all of you? The name's Two-Tone Weaksel. The lady next to me is Key. We've had our fun with the expeditions, but we're hoping to enjoy a little peace and quiet. For the next few weeks, anyway. A man at the next table nods at you. I'm Dreadshot Daiden. This is Hurdy and Ilfa. We're part of a separate expedition teams, but we both suffered losses and decided to band together. He takes several items off his fingers. Beasts, barbarians, Beowicks. It's a dangerous time to be an adventurer, but a prosperous one too. At the next table, Daiden raises his glass. Here's to many more prosperous journeys. Is there something else you wanted? Did you buy a March steel dagger from Igrin? He displays the blade on a flat palm. I did. A fine piece it is. I don't know of many more circulating in the city. Outside the steel and the crucible keep, of course. How much to take it off your hands? Turns the blade in the light, admiring it. Seeing how there's a sudden demand for this, 100 pan seems fair. You mean Igrin sold you the March steel for less? I wonder why he wanted to get rid of it so badly. Either that blade was stolen from the knights, or it's a fake. He looks from the dagger to you and back again. Oh fine. But I won't take less than I paid for it. He pounds the table with a fist. I knew 50 pans sounded too good to be true. Deal. He hands you the dagger hilt first. Pleasure doing business with you. Is there something else you wanted?
Huh?
Greetings.
Abralia Moa raises a hand in greeting.
Right.
Well, good. I had no intention of fighting those folks. They seemed decent enough. Let's return to Gordy, give him this dagger, and continue exploring the buildings in Copper Lane.
Right.
Gordy bounces on the pavement. Did you get it? You have the dagger. Can I see it? I have the dagger right here. Gordy stops bouncing and stares at it, gaping in awe. It's so sharp. Give Gordy the dagger. A deal's a deal. Here you go. Snatches it out of the air, heedless of anything else. Yanks it out of its sheath, and holds the blade up to the light. Want to be just like the Crucible Knights. He saws and chops at the air. He flips the weapon into the air and grabs it at the hilt, almost slicing his palm open in the process. His eyes dart away from yours as he sheaths the dagger. So, about that secret. Gordy puts his hands up to his mouth and whispers loudly. I saw one of the actors hide something under a loose stone near the theater. Probably nothing as good as a March steel dagger, though. Well, thank you for telling me, Gordy. Bye. Alright, let's go see if we can't find... That could be a loose stone right there.
I'll take a look.
Oh cool, we summoned 3 wooden beetles. This wooden beetle has had lifelike detail carefully burned into the carved shell. Tiny barbs are etched into its legs. Its folded wings bear mazy patterns. I have Kana take care of that.
Yeah.
I should go back to Gilded Vale and grab that other summon object, the horn. Alright, let's go take care of Pernisk. And his new friends. I haven't quick saved in a while, so let's do that first.
And what does the flame reveal?
A couple of crude beds have been improvised from an assortment of tattered blankets and pillows. Dribbles some dark liquid stain the fabric. Someone has peeled the labels from these bottles. They're stuffed with a dark, gunky pulp that gives off a pungent odor.
Steady does it.
The guard holds up a hand as you approach. You turn right back around. Lower floor is all yours, but nobody goes upstairs. Why not? He scowls. Because you'll be breathing through new holes in your neck if you head up there. That's why. Just mind your own business. Once you're on this VEF, you're not going to much care where you are anyway. Get out of my way, or I'll break your sword in half and feed it to you at both ends. Guard blinks and takes a step back. As you like. Gods, man. Just trying to warn you off. Well, think twice next time, Buster. The pots are crusted shut with some unidentifiable gunk.
Margaret's fire.
Not going upstairs yet anyway. Pernisk is in here. This book of alien love sonnets has a dedication on the first page. My beloved Kaenra.
Keeping an eye out. Hail and well met.
The man before you flashes a toothy and rather unpleasant grin. Well now, a new face. Welcome, friend. Name's Pernisk, and this, he gestures to the room around you, is my humble abode and place of business. I do hope you're in here to do some business. He glances at the nearby guard. What is your business exactly? If you have to ask, Pernisk smirks. Let's be clear. You go running to the guards, you're gonna regret stepping foot in this place. In fact, I put even odds on you regretting every decision you made in your life to leave you standing in front of me right now. His face shivers with a quick, unreadable emotion. If you stay smart, I figure we can end up very good friends. You can ask my, previous customers. They'll vouch for my supply. He grins. I keep it simple. You have the coin, I have this VEF. You're free to make use of the premises, as long as you don't do anything stupid, and you don't get to tangling with the other customers. Now, Pernisk claps his hands together. What can I get you? What is VEF? You serious? Pernisk eyes you with suspicion, then disbelief. VEF's worth every pan, my friend. That's incredible. Lets you see your own soul. You're looking at Defiance Bay's first and foremost VEF merchant. Let me have a look at your stock. Okay, just sells VEF.
Hail, traveler.
Pernisk grins. You're back. Anything I can get for you, or can do for you. Whichever. I give him Kaenra's ring. Kaenra asked me to give you this. Pernisk takes the ring and turns it around in his fingers. Nice. What's this for? Remain silent. Pernisk shrugs. Well, whatever this is about, it's a fine ring. Looks like it should sell for a pretty pend. Thanks, friend. Now, is that all? Seems a difficult thing to forget, giving your grandmother's ring to someone. Maybe she's just not worth remembering, huh? Pernisk snorts. Are you playing lapdog for her and all? Why don't you go back and tell her to keep clear of here? She seemed to care for you. Why are you doing this? Plenty of stars in the sky. Tell her to go set up in the salty mast if she's feeling lonely. Pernisk shrugs. Me and her are done. Let's talk about something else. Pernisk nods. Good. Now, would you like to buy something? Alright, that's all for now. So we're threatened with a good time if we came up here.
Brave thou be lost. have them!
Oh, a key. A rusty bronze key. A small bronze key that was found in Pernisk's house. Oh, yeah, I wanted to compare this because I don't remember what the difference was between the scepter and the wand. Different damage type. I'll stick with the pierce.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
I'll see what I can find.
It appears as though someone rummaged through this uneven row of books in a hurry. These jars are chipped and cracked, as if knocked to the ground and set back in place.
Let's see what lies this way.
Here's the book. So I've heard about this book. It helps with some pronunciations. Let's go ahead and read it. The sun does not set on the Adiran language. Those of us who commune with this proud language, or some derivation of it, populate every corner of Eora. Most of us who speak this wonderful tongue know it as Adiran, but scholars and those obsessed with correctness often qualify it as modern, or contemporary Adiran. This is to contrast the language you and I speak today with Eld Adiran, the old elven language that was spoken in the Adiran Empire back before the pioneer settlers of the Deerwood built their longships. Eld Adiran can be considered the mother of the living Adiran. The language of Hillspeak can be seen as Adiran's cousin. Hillspeak, or Howlspeak, is fading from common use, but many of the elves, especially the older ones, and the Adiran heartland still use this dialect. Add an S to ones because it would make sense if there's just one older one using it. Who's he talking to? Whether you know it or not, you can read these words, you can understand Howlspeak. It's almost identical to Adiran, but includes a large vocabulary of archaic words that have fallen out of use in today's Adiran. When you hear bards sing old Adiran poems, there are often lines of course that sound like melodic nonsense, inserted to complete rhymes. These are usually instances of words that are lost from our common language, but still used in Howlspeak. Or Hillspeak. I don't know which one's easier to say. I'll go with Hillspeak. While Hillspeak is familiar to speakers of so-called modern Adiran, the same cannot be said of our language's predecessor. Eld Adiran is a dead language, spoken by academics, but not used in any major community. Eld Adiran words are often similar to Adiran readers, but the words use orthography that has since been abandoned. Unfamiliar accent marks abound. For example, Eld Adiran contains some diphthongs that have no place in the modern Adiran, as well as a few tricky consonant clusters. EA creates an Aya sound that sounds like the colloquial salutation Heya. So Aya, okay. EO sounds like Ao. This sound is still used in the modern word Eora. A is pronounced as Ae, such as in Wraith. Such as A, okay. UE and U both create the long oo sound, as in loop. Really, UE? Alright, that's odd. Y sounds like E. Yeah, this is Hillspeak. Sounds like a E sound, as in B. J, or GJ, said that backwards, sounds like the consonant Y, as in U. Okay. SE sounds like sh, so you should pronounce scop like shop. CG sounds like the the DGE, end of a word like hedge. Okay, yeah, that was giving me some trouble earlier. I think we ran across two words in like one conversation that had that. It's not uncommon for given names of Adirans, Dirwoodans, and Riedsirans. They come from Eldadiran. Some examples. Aldwin is pronounced Aldween, because a long vowel sound on the Y. Dernisk, oh no, it's Dernish. It's pronounced Dernish since the final SC cluster sounds like an SH sound. Yester is pronounced Yester on account of the GJ consonant cluster. Sledge is pronounced like sledge. Thiersch is pronounced Thiersch. I'm looking ahead so I can pronounce them right. Ushgrim and not Uskgrim. And then Ingmar. Let's see, I knew that one. Alright, so it's pronounced Ingmar, leading with a vowel sound. There we go. I'm going to keep that book. Let's actually go ahead and slap that in my main character's inventory. So we quickly call on it if I need to. Oh. One side of the overturned vase is splotched with crimson. Someone has gathered sheets and towels into a makeshift bed. The rumpled fabric is stiff with blood and unwashed sweat.
I'll see what I can find.
Alright, I'm gonna call it here. Next episode we'll speak to Pernisk, the real Pernisk, and get to the bottom of this mystery. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one.